Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics, but there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. A Big Ten showdown is coming, conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Minnesota Golden Gophers taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Golden Gophers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Bringing it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Washington Huskies offense will take the first swing of the game. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
They believe they can run right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Trying to escape and get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. Afterburner's coming. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They'll try the run. Breaks the tackle. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Huskies. I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script worked pretty well.
And he makes the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will take the field for the first time. And these two electrifying runners can put on a show, guys.
Well, we always talk about the importance of tackling on defense, never more so than a game like this. When you've got 2 studs in the backfield that can make people look silly, you better bring hats to the football.
Yeah, and you think there'll be a lot of carries today? When you got running backs like this that you can feature, you're going to see them get the football a lot, early and often.
You know, when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
The Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Playing a field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance.
He's off to the races. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Getting some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
On second down, wants to throw it. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, that's just an amazing individual effort, trying to get back as much yardage as possible to set up a third and manageable situation, right? Nice job in the open field, understanding the situation. You obviously cannot take a sack at this juncture on the drive, so do what you can do to put your offense in a good position here on third down.
They'll run for it on fourth down. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Close to midfield, fourth down. I think most coaches in college football say that's a green zone now.
Has to be, because there's really not that much to gain by kicking it away.
No, because you kick it in the end zone, they take it out to the 20. You're only picking up how many yards. They can return it, so I know if I run a play, I've got a really good chance to get it. So stay aggressive, offensive coaches. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll run play action. Feeling some heat. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Golden Gophers need to pick it up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got his man. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs.
Just like a superhero to make the grab.
Offside. Defense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Grab behind the line. It's Smith. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. There's great defensive linemen. The ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
So I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll run it from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Demania. Put it right on him, sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's complete to the right. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. He'll do it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out.
Going for it all. And he's got it. Touchdown, Husky. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Jacksonville State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Gamecocks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Sam Houston. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Running back searching for a hole. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
He's looking to throw. He's going to take off. And this sophomore quarterback learning when to use his legs to move the chains.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Now the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. The Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. On 4th down, looking for the completion. They're bringing heat. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. A 1st down for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got his man downfield. And no, he loses the ball after the huge gain. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, though.
Yeah, nothing went well in the 1st quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Back to the air one more time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. It's caught. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. And the Golden Gophers moving quickly to the line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting them to position.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I love the quick decision he made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback's just going to get it done. Keep this drive alive.
Try to get it on the ground. The Golden Gophers get it past the sticks. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Going for 6. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
And these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide receivers, you still expect them.
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. They'll immediately call timeout. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay game. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go right back to the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Takes the handoff. It's Hendricks. Plows through the defense. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Finds a man in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for them.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
They move the tight end all over. They'll go to the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Leaves it with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Looking to throw for it. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you? And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Golden Gophers want to move quickly. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. No huddle offense to the line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. And the Golden Gophers have this offense rolling. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. The freshman able to get home with the sack. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Out of the gun to give to the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
They'll throw it on first down. Showing the arm strength to the left. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
They're going to throw it again, using the back as a receiver on the screen. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Coming after it. They've got the screen set up. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Looking to scramble. Touchdown, Minnesota! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And that is why you never quit on a play. On 4th down by the goal line, it looked like the quarterback had nowhere to go with it, but he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't give in to the defense. He just dug deep down inside himself and found a way to score that TD. That was impressive.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Reels it in down the left side. Touchdown, Huskies! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but those fans that were there when the U was the U, they know this game is not over. They're trailing by 10 to Virginia. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. It's one thing not to believe in punting, but to go for it that deep in your own end and give away a 1st and goal, that's just... He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Washington!
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage, putting points on the board.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse. It's going up top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Dances away to buy time. Ball in the air, intercepted!
It's all about making... He's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his 1st interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He's loose. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right.
Touchdown, Huskies! And the stomping has commenced.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Finally running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And here's the return. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too.
Minnesota.
Adversity after that last drive.
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It's now 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. The Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And if you're job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable. This defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quickly to the tight end. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
And the Golden Gophers look to keep this drive humming.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Still running at the 40. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. They'll throw it on 1st down. Try nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Washington. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. The fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble. Hit.
Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.